Hey guys, and welcome to Gwent, the Witcher card game. My name is Jaggerus, and we haven't done a budget deck in a little while. So today I figured we would remedy that as we ponder the question, how do you throw a 90 kilogram object over 300 meters? Well, I have an answer for you guys. Trebuchets, though. This is my budget Northern Realm Trebuchet deck. And my budget decks are basically designed in that they contain no legendary cards. They usually have a few purples, but I'll try and, keep those to a minimum. I usually include Geralt and Prize Winning Cow, for example, some of the free purples, just as options which you can potentially replace. So this deck is all about these bloody trebuchets, the reinforced trebuchets. Every turn, remove one strength from a random opposing non-gold unit. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. They're horrific. Like, basically, they just spend the entire turn weakening your opponent. And with some of the other cards in the deck, there's a lot of synergy and potential for strong plays. So, we'll start with the golden cards. Now, we have our good old friend Geralt. This is your starter golden card. And then I've also included Ciri. Ciri you get for free when you reach account level 18. So this is a free gold card. She's nice as an opportunity to either force your opponent to pass or to gain card advantage, basically. So you can use her both of those ways. Then, if you're really into Northern Realms, one of the must-craft golden cards is Shani. Shani is a target resurrect, and the card that you resurrect then gets turned into gold. So then you have a golden card, so then it's less targetable as well, which is really nice. And then last but not least, I've put in Yennefer the Conjurer. Yennefer Conjurer is a really good starting purple card, a starting gold card that fits into any deck, more or less. And you usually get, decent value out of her. At the start of your turn, remove one strength from the strongest opposing non-gold units. So this is kind of like a golden trebuchet, basically. If you don't have, some of these cards, you can kind of put in whichever gold cards you do have. I always recommend Igni. I think Igni is just a fantastic card. But as it's legendary, we're not including it in this deck. Similarly, if you have Regis, whatever his name is, he fits in most decks. Triss can go in a lot of decks. Triss Butterfly Spell, also really good in this deck. So, depending on what golden cards you have, you can kind of adjust this deck. Bloody Baron, for example, is really good in this deck. The legendary card. I don't have Bloody Baron. But if you play Northern Realms, then that is one of the kind of really good to craft legendaries. Because, again, it fits into any Northern Realms deck. Then we move on to our silvers. Now, silver must-crafts for Northern Realms are Priscilla and Neneke. Neneke is just another resurrect, and it's a targeted resurrect, like Shani. It's just a silver one. Priscilla, you draw one non-gold card face up and one non-gold card face down. You play one and randomly place the other in your deck. So you have the option of a known draw or an unknown draw. And the thing with Priscilla is it's deck thinning, which is really nice. So you can kind of start to bring cards out of your deck. It's a card that plays other cards, which is also pretty good. And this actually works quite nicely with King of Beggars. King of Beggars is actually a legendary silver card. So again, we're not running it here, but King of Beggars, play the weakest non-gold unit from your deck. So you can use King of Beggars to play either the Priscilla or the Reaver Scout. Reaver Scout, you choose a bronze unit other than the Reaver Scout on your side and play an instance of it from your deck. So then you can use the King of Beggars to play another card to either Priscilla or Reaver Scout to then play another card. So a lot of card chaining going on with that. So again, King of Beggars is another option to fit into this deck. But again, legendary, so we're kind of leaving it out. But yeah, these are both really nice cards. Then we have Dandelion. Add 2 strength to each non-gold unit played on your side. Does not affect spawned units. So this is really nice synergy with, cards like Reaver Scout, with King of Beggars, with Priscilla. Cards that play other cards. Because you play a card, Dandelion buffs it, then that card plays another card, Dandelion buffs it, then you resurrect a card, Dandelion buffs it. You can kind of see how much value you can get out of Dandelion here. So again, a really nice option for this deck. Then we have Cleaver. Cleaver is our blue level silver card, and Cleaver is just fantastic. You lock or unlock a non-gold unit on the battlefield, so you basically stop the ability of a card from happening. Or if someone locks your Dandelion, for example, you can unlock it. So it's a nice card just to have in the deck, and it's a very cheap silver card. So again, one of the earlier ones to craft. We also have Prize Winning Cow. When removed from the battlefield, spawn a chort on the row where the unit was. So this is just a 1 strength that becomes a 9 strength. And it's also free. So again, I was trying to keep costs down, so that's why we're running these kind of cards. But like I said, if you want to run something different, King of Beggars is nice in this deck. Similarly, Roach is really nice. Play on a random row when your deck or graveyard when a gold card appears on your side. So you play a gold card, Roach comes out, maybe gets buffed by Dandelion. You can kind of see how those things are going to work out. Alternatively, if you've hit level 20, you could always run a decoy. You can always decoy a field medic. You could decoy the K20 siege support. You could decoy Neneke. You can decoy Priscilla. Decoy also fits really nicely into the deck. Now, onto our bronze cards. We have a couple first lights, just in case we're going up against weather. Alternatively, we can use them to draw a bronze card. We have 1 lacerate, which I really like against consume strategies. Oh, I forgot to mention Stennis. We also have Stennis. This is a blue strength disloyal unit. So you play this on your opponent's side. You draw 1 card face up and 1 card face down, and you get to keep one of them. So this is a way of gaining card advantage along with Ciri. So maybe in a round that you don't intend to win. Anyway, back to bronze cards. We have our Trebuchets, which I've already mentioned. We have our Reaver Scouts I've already mentioned. And then we have 3 K20 Siege Support and 3 Field Medics. Field Medics resurrect a random bronze non-permadeath unit. So you can kind of use these to try and get your Trebuchets back on the board and deal extra power with them. It's random though, so you don't really know what you're going to get. But if you do resurrect a Reaver Scout, you can always then use the Reaver Scout on the Field Medic, draw another Field Medic. And try and get, another card out, for example. And then we have the K20 Siege Support. Add 3 strength to 2 non-gold units on your side of the battlefield. So this guy's worth 3, but you buff 2 units to... so he's technically worth 9. And this is actually really useful for protecting stuff like your Trebuchets. You don't want all your Trebuchets to have the same amount of strength, because that makes them very susceptible to cards like Scorch and Igni. But if you have a K20 Siege Support, you can buff like 1 Trebuchet so it's stronger than the rest, and then buff, like a Reaver Scout or a Field Medic or something. But yeah, that's more or less the deck. If you like the deck, do hit that thumbs up button, guys. But without further ado, we will jump into a game.
Not all battles need end in bloodshed.
Close ranks!
Okay, so up against Morvran, which means a lot of spying units and a lot of buffs. It's at this point where something like a Dimmeritian Bomb would have been useful, but we haven't included it in the deck. If you find you're going up against a lot of buff decks, you can. In terms of the mulligan, we really do not need this many K20 Siege Support, so we're going to definitely mulligan one of those. We got a Lacerate. We want to find, Trebuchets and Reaver Scouts, really. Field Medics are alright. We'll mulligan another one. We got Shani. And ultimately, actually, I think we're going to mulligan the third one as well. Into a Reaver Scout. Okay, so we can actually get more Trebuchets out. Maybe that was a mistake because, if he does have Scorch or Igni, then he's going to be able to remove my Trebuchets. But I think ultimately this is all right. Because we can use our Reaver Scouts to get the Trebuchets out. We do have Dandelion in hand, which is really nice. So in terms of opening play, we're going to open with our Dandelion. Get him on the board. And the other thing you have is, obviously, you have Foltest. I never mentioned him, but you can use Foltest to basically, do all sorts of things, like add another Trebuchet, for example, which is pretty nice. Alternatively, you can use him to, like, duplicate a medic to resurrect another unit. Like, there's lots of different things that you can do with him. And there's the lock. See, Dandelion, we did expect that. Unfortunately, we don't have Cleaver in hand, which is a shame. So there's nothing we can really do about the lock. What we could do is try and find the... we could try and find the Cleaver with Priscilla. That is a potential option. So maybe we will do that.
I warned you.
He's going to lock his Imperial Brigade. Okay. Right. I think we have to try and find the Cleaver. I feel like that would be useful. We'll take this one.
Salutations.
K20 Siege Support. Okay. Not bad. So we'll buff our Reinforced Trebuchet and we'll buff our Dandelion. You can see there we're not buffing too much on one row because I don't want to make this row add up to 20 too soon. That's going to be risky for us. We do have more points than him, though, which is nice. The problem is, obviously, what he wants to do is buff the Imperial Brigade loads and then basically keep it on the battlefield. That'll be his kind of plan here, so he's going to be playing a lot of spy units. This is actually a really nice target as well for locking, so, if he hadn't locked us, we could have gone for that. We have Neneke and Shani, so we can, bring back more Trebuchets, which is pretty cool. He's going to target this one, kill that, buff him, for example. That's kind of what happens there. Then he gets shot.
I told you so.
We'll pull out another Trebuchet. And obviously this Trebuchet, it has, less strength than this one. This row is now igniable, but the Trebuchet that is out, he can't really target. And what we could do is we can always full test this Trebuchet and get another one, which also then increases the chances that if we resurrect, we're going to resurrect a Trebuchet and not a K20 or a Reaver Scout.
Please wait, Your Excellency.
He does have Vic of Aromedics, which means he can steal our Trebuchets. But the fact that he's kind of gone for it now is kind of useful for us. Saying that, he does have a decent number of points. We'll shoot him. We shoot him again. And we're actually, we're in a pretty nice spot here. So here we could duplicate the 9, but if we duplicate the 9 and he ignies us, we're going to lose a 9. So to be honest, we're safer duplicating the 6 and just getting another Trebuchet on the board, which is really nice. He's got a couple points on us, but if he passes at this point, we shoot him, and at that point, we'll win the round. So we're in a fairly nice spot here, all things told. What we could do is we could Reaver Scout our next Trebuchet, but honestly at this point I'm fairly happy we've got Lacerate in hand, and that middle row is looking very stacked. So I think you can tell what we're going to do next, you guys. Let's work it out. We're going to get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Actually, one less. 15 points from the Lacerate. Let's just go for it. Stacked row is stacked, but not anymore. So yeah, I'm pretty happy here. You know, the more cards he plays, the better for us. I don't really want to play Ciri this turn, because the thing is, if I play Ciri, he unlocked his unit. Why did you unlock your unit? Oh dear. Oh, the silly goose. So if I pass, I'll have 2 card advantage going into the next turn.
Step away while you can.
I like how he's threatening me. We could play Ciri. If we play Ciri, he'll probably pass. But I would rather play Ciri on the next turn. I think we're going to just play Ciri. I want to guarantee this round. Even if I don't get like more card advantage on the next turn, I'm in a better position to just guarantee the round. And it's at this point that I feel like he'll probably pass. There's Cantarella. I mean, he might treason the Cantarella, but I think at this point he's just like, you know, saying that he's had enough, basically. Even if he treasons the Cantarella, he won't win the game. So yeah, remember this unlocks or unlocks. It toggles the resilience. So he I guess didn't realize that it did that and was like wanting to make sure that he kept the 11, but that was a big misplay from our opponent here. The thing is, we have similar number of cards, so I'm actually tempted to just kind of go for it. We've got a lot of Resurrects in hand. We basically have 3 Resurrects plus Reaver Scout. So I feel like we're in a position where we definitely could win this next round just by swarming out the Resurrects. So I think what we'll do, we can Neneke...
Sure.
Sorry, we'll Shani Resurrect Dandelion. Because by Shani resurrecting Dandelion, it unlocks him, because you resurrect him from the graveyard and then he gets played. So he's now unlocked and he can't be targeted. Well, he can with Dimeritium Shackles, but if this is Shackles, I'm going to laugh. Oh, come on. This is so rude. I mean, we could target Resurrect Neneke. I think we'll... Do we target... Not Neneke. We could target Resurrect Priscilla. And try and find Cleaver, unlock Dandelion, and then use these Resurrects to try and find our Trebuchets.
Again?
Let's try that. I mean, alternatively, we just resurrect the Trebuchets and just shoot him. But
Well,
I'm feeling like playing it this way instead. You kind of have, you know, choices. Hey, look, there's Cleaver. We got exactly what we wanted. Now anything that we do resurrect will obviously get buffed, and we can also Reaver Scout our Field Medic, which is nice. We got First Light. Let's go with this. We do want to try and get those Trebuchets out. So then into the Reaver Scout, which we can then play on the Field Medic, pulling out another Field Medic who gets buffed into a Kaedweni, which we'll put in the back row. And we're going to actually buff this Field Medic so that it protects Cleaver, and also the Reaver Scout, I think. So there you can see the way we've buffed our units means that Igni isn't going to kill Dandelion, which is nice. And we have a lot of points on the board at this stage. So you can actually 2-0 with this deck if you get nice draw. And if you don't get nice draw, you know, you can always stall out card advantage and all that, which is pretty good. Okay.
Tell me you jest.
So let's go with the last Field Medic, who gets buffed by Dandelion into... Oh, I forgot this guy was in my graveyard. I want a Trebuchet. Although actually now I can't Reaver Scout the Trebuchet. Oh well, we can actually Reaver Scout the Kaedweni, so this is fine. It's all good.
Of sacrifice.
We didn't resurrect a single Trebuchet, I don't think. So he's gonna kill the units on his side. The only thing is he can take this back to his side. There is a way he can, you know, steal the unit back, which is kind of annoying. I think we'll play the Reaver Scout for now.
Shit peddlers.
The only card we can pull out is the Kaedweni, so we'll take that out. Then we will buff this Reaver Scout and Neneke. We're basically, like I said, we're just trying to buff the units separately so that not all of the units have the same strength. There's, oh, he's been made silver and now he's going to get kidnapped. I fully expect my opponent to kidnap the 29, but we have so many points ahead at this point that I'm actually happy still committing to this, this match. Reaver Scout. I think we have a Kaedweni. We do. So we'll pop him out there. We will buff this one and... It may as well buff, I don't know, this guy, I guess. It doesn't really matter too much. I just don't want to buff one unit loads and then have it, you know, taken from me. The point at this point, I don't actually think I have anything I can rally, now that I think about it. We've played all of our trebuchets. There's the Igni, so that was what we were playing against. We played all of our trebuchets. We played all of our Reaver Scouts. I think we've played all of our field medics. So I think the only cards we have left in deck aren't drawable. No, I don't think so. So I think we'll just pass at this stage. I mean, he's going to take this card back, but it's not going to win him the game. So that's that. Oh, it is. I can't do basic maths. Oh, crap. I forgot about the buff. Oh, my bad. I was like, this isn't going to win him the game. Can't do basic maths. It's because he gains 29 and I lose 29, so the swing is much bigger than I was like, it's only a 29-point swing, but it was more. The problem here is, you know, we can't actually draw anything with First Light, so we've got to rely on top decking something good. That's 6 points, so that's not bad, but it really depends on what your opponent has. The fact that we kind of thinned our entire deck was a little bit stressful. Go on, play your card. See what you got. Oh, I win because of Northern Realms faction ability. He didn't even see what I had. I'm really surprised by that. Well, we won the round. I completely miscalculated the swing of the treason. I don't know why, but apparently maths is not my strong suit. I'm actually not bad at maths, but we still won the round anyway. And you saw just how many points we did rack up on the rounds where we, you know, wanted to gain points. Anyway, guys, I'm going to jump into another game, and then I'll showcase the deck for you guys one more time.
The North shall tuck tail and beg for mercy.
Crush those vermin!
Okay, so we're going up against Nilfgaard once again, but this time it is Emir, which suggests, you know, reveal strategy. So we've got a Reinforced Trebuchet and 2 Reaver Scouts, which means we can use those to find the other Trebuchets. We're going to mulligan this First Light. We don't need that. We've got another Trebuchet, which is nice. Basically here, you know, you want Trebuchets, you want Reaver Scouts. 1 K20 is nice, 1 Field Medic is nice. But beyond that, you know, it's kind of up to you. And I think ultimately what we could do is actually I'm going to mulligan one of the Reaver Scouts, because we've got 2 Trebuchets anyway. And then one of the K20 Siege Supports, because we don't need 2. And that was nice. We got Yennefer out instead. We don't have Dandelion, which is a shame. But, you know, he's not the be-all and end-all. I think what we'll do is we'll open with Yennefer. Like, I would like to win this round, so opening with Yennefer is nice, because, again, it puts pressure on your opponent, who then locks Yennefer. But we can unlock her. So that's nice. And now that she's unlocked, we can also resurrect her. Holy crap, he really wants her to be locked, but we can resurrect her, so this is okay. Also, what this means is we've used up a lot of his locks, which means that if we want to play our trebuchets, we can do that. We're going to play our K20 support here, because what that's going to do is stop the cow carcass from killing us, but we can actually do that on the next turn. So what we may as well do for now is play another trebuchet. Because we get 2 turns for the cow carcass now, that's been changed. So, you know, we may as well add the trebuchet while we have the time. What are you gonna do? Mangonel. Okay, so we're definitely gonna get shot when he then plays his Emir ability. So K20 goes out. We'll buff this one, and we'll buff this one. So now this row is safe from Igni. We protect all of our units from the cow carcass, and everyone is happy. And if he does have another cow carcass, what we can do is we can just field medic the field medic the K20, for example. But for now, like I say, we can just kind of stall a little bit. And the thing is, if he does reveal, he might shoot the cow carcass. So that's something that we're definitely, you know, aware of here. But as it is, we're going to have to resurrect.
Salutations.
Hey, look, a K20 siege support. So we will buff... What do I want to buff? The field medic and the cow. Like I say, I'm just buffing things such that if he does Igni me, you know, he doesn't get that many points. There's no point in me buffing this Trebuchet a lot, unless I intended to duplicate it with Foltest, for example. I guess in that situation we could. But the thing is, I have, you know, Neneke and Shani. He's passed, which isn't surprising. I did expect the pass. The problem in this situation is he's got 2-card advantage, which is annoying. But at the same time, I think we have a fair number of points in hand. You know, his leader ability isn't worth any points. It just gives him information. And we do have the options to, you know, resurrect Yennefer, to resurrect the Mangonels, for example. We're keeping a Chort. Like, I feel like we could probably go for this round, even with the card disadvantage. The alternative is we just pass. He has to catch 9 points. So he has to play something. And then we go for the next round. which gives us a better card advantage. I think we'll do that. Like, we have 9 points on the board, which is nice, but I'd rather just force him to play some cards. So he's played Geralt. And this also gives us another draw, which gives us a few more options to play around with. Maybe we'll draw Dandelion, for example, or Priscilla would be nice. You know, cards that play cards. We did get a card which played a card, but it wasn't the card that we wanted. On the flip side, you know, he did get to replace cards twice, but I think it's okay.
Praise be to the great sun!
Okay, so we're gonna Shani
I tend to know what I'm doing when I prescribe something.
our Yennefer, I think. Where is Yennefer? Here she is. So she can get replayed. Obviously, she'll unlock. And now we have Yennefer on the board, which is nice. And then we can obviously resurrect a Trebuchet. So we'll do that.
Are you wounded?
It's a shame she's golden now. I can't duplicate her. So we'll resurrect a Trebuchet. Pop that out. And then we can Reaver Scout this Trebuchet. Get another one.
Patience is not a virtue I am known to have.
And the thing is, the other one will have, you know, they won't have the same amount of strength, but it's all good. So we'll pop this over here. Now we have 2 Trebuchets, then we can K20. The alternative is obviously we Foltest. He can't actually reveal any more of my cards, so he can't really shoot me here. So that's nice. So we'll K20 this and this. Get some points on the board.
For the Emperor!
And then we're likely to get a Resurrect, a Reaver Scout, or a K20, so that's nice. So the problem here is if we duplicate this and then he has Igni, then we lose a Trebuchet. So maybe we duplicate this one. What is in our graveyard? Oh, we could resurrect another Trebuchet if we can draw a Field Medic. Then we can resurrect a Trebuchet. Or we can duplicate the Field Medic. So we got K20. We'll buff this guy and this one. Like I say, we're just trying to buff things like so they're not all the same
If
strength.
anyone asks, you've not seen me.
And you can see like just how many points we're getting out of Yennefer and these units because of how many rounds this is going on. So we can. Oh, never mind. We won. But yeah, that's just kind of how it works. That's more or less the gist of it with this deck. And you can see you can definitely win against decks that have, you know, stronger cards. Especially Nilfgaard, apparently. But that's the kind of budget version. You know, if you have stuff like Bloody Baron, you could add Decoy, you know, you could add King of Beggars, you could add Roach. There's lots of kind of different cards. You could add Yennefer, just regular Yennefer is another one that people like to add. There's ways that you can, upgrade this deck. But beyond that, I think it's a fairly solid budget deck. So if you're, you know, on the cheaper side of things, you can still definitely climb in ranked with this deck, I would reckon. Maybe not to rank 15, but definitely up into the kind of maybe like 9, 10, 11 kind of range. But yeah, this has been Northern Realms budget deck with Trebuchets. And if you like this deck, do hit that thumbs up button, guys. Beyond that, you can catch me live streaming Gwent at twitch.tv/Jagras. I won't be live streaming much over Easter because I'm visiting family. But right after Easter, you can expect plenty of live streaming. What else? That's about it. You can follow me on Twitter at Jagras just to keep up to date with anything that I'm doing, whether it be Let's Plays, whether it be Gwent, what have you. You know, just you can follow me on Twitter. That would be cool. There'll be links in the description, as well as a link to my Discord. Beyond that, thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of the decks in the comment below. If you want to see any specific decks, again, just let me know. Have a fantastic day, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next one.